Today we're going to be taking a look at the full premium doors that Polaris offers for the general models. We're going to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly of this option. Starting with the good, these doors do provide a great fit and finish and a relatively easy install. They have a hard construction poly exterior. They do have a steel tube frame for better rigidity and seal against the cab, and they do have glass windows which are easier to clean and also don't show scratches. On the inside, you do have premium inner liners that are rubberized with a soft touch. You even have aluminum grab holds to be able to close the doors. And lastly, on each door, you do have nets that do provide just a little bit of indoor storage. Next, let's look at the bad, or at least what needs improvement. First of which are the windows. For the front door, you have tip-out windows, so they're hinged in the center rather than winding straight down. What this allows you to do is kick out the front to vent, but then it's easily grabbed by tree branches that are going by, which can damage the mount or break the window itself. The rear can be kicked out to vent or actually unlatched completely, rotated forward and locked against the front window. But again, you have the same thing where a tree branch can get in the center here, pull it free, break your mounts, cause extensive damage to the door. And on the rear, you only have the flip out, and of course it flips out towards the front. You're going to have issues with possibility of tree branches grabbing that and causing damage. Lastly, with the windows, because of the mounts here and the relatively small size, you do end up with a lot of rattling and a lot of movement with the windows. Another element that needs improved on these doors is consideration for door assistance and keeping them open. The rear doors do have this standard strut that helps open the door and keep it open even on a moderate grade. The front doors have no such assistance. So if you open it and you're aimed uphill, it is going to close on you. And it's a relatively large door that does have some weight behind it. Lastly, let's talk about the ugly, starting with the exterior finish of the doors. From the factory, they do feature a matte black satin finish that is supposed to help hide scratches and be pretty resilient against scuffs going through the trails. What we found is it's anything but. Shows very light scratches very easily, and it's hard to recondition. What we've tried with this set of doors, since we've actually repurposed them from a previous demo, is we've added a truck bed liner finish to it that should help hide the scratches that were there, as you can see. Even some of the deeper stuff is kind of hidden, and it should make it a little bit more resilient against future rides. Next, let's talk about the window hinges. As I mentioned earlier, they are a bit small, especially considering the size of the windows that they're supporting. Unfortunately, on one of the doors, we did have a weld right here fail, which allowed the entire window to swing out and fall free of the door. Because this is not a serviceable part of the door, the main frame either requires somebody to weld this back on or the entire door to be replaced. That's something to keep in mind for longevity if you plan on keeping the vehicle for a long time, as these doors only have a 1-year warranty from Polaris. Next, let's talk about the latches on the doors. For each door, you have your striker that's frame mounted and your latch that's on the door. Both are independently adjustable, which means there's a lot of moving parts when you're trying to just line up the doors and have them function properly. And also, especially on the 4-door models, because you have a lot of frame flex, you do have to supervise these doors and make sure that they're operating right before each ride. If you run into an instance where you have a misalignment on the door or the latch, you can have a situation where a door is stuck closed and the latch won't release, or you can have it where the latch doesn't line up and engage and the door is now stuck open. Lastly, let's talk about price. The doors on this 4-seater retail for over $5,200. By comparison, Polaris offers the canvas uppers for both the 2- and 4-seat version. They come in at about a third of the cost. They allow you to retain your factory door, so it's easily convertible between summer and winter. And to take them off, all you do is open the door and lift them out of the frame, and you're good to go. It's not all bad though. I do still recommend the premium doors for general riders that are not taking their vehicle on the gnarly stiff terrain and are riding a lot in inclement weather, whether it be cold, muddy, or rainy. The superior seal against the cab helps keep the elements on the outside, keep the inside clean and dry, as well as give it a nice luxury feel with the soft touch interior and aluminum handles. But for riders that are looking for the best value and more versatility, I would definitely recommend the canvas uppers. They come in at a third of the cost and allow for easy convertibility between warm weather and cold weather riding. We hope this video answered some of your questions and gave you some insight to help you make the decision on which door system may be the best for you if you're looking to fully enclose your General. If you do have any questions or have any products that you'd like us to review in the future, please hit the comments below. This has been Ernie with Miller's Motorsports. Thank you for watching.